Good day. On November 26, the following rumors were discussed on the sidelines of the Ukrainian authorities. Backstage rumors. Rumors circulated on the sidelines that society is beginning to prepare for the fact that the military conflict will be long, approximately like in the Donbass. Donetsk lived in this state for 8 years. Now all of Ukraine will live about the same and the same. Layout. Technology. Functionaries launch anti-crisis messages. The first failed that people would wait 2 to 3 years for the sake of the EU. Here they launched a new one, patriotic. The office of the president does what it does best. They make beautiful videos to bring down the temperature of discontent in society, but such videos will not raise the temperature in apartments. They are not able to provide water and light. It's like a situational emotional drug. I looked, charged with patriotism, but until the battery ran out and the last light went out, and you already don't even have money in your wallet for food. There are more and more problems, and everyone is friendly and ready to help each other only in the plots of the pro-government media, where a bunch of bots write cheers texts. Gossip. Gossip has gone that a new massive missile attack on energy infrastructure facilities is expected within 3 days. Gossip. The office of the president is trying to immediately clean up all public negativity so that society continues to be in an information vacuum, where there is only news about victories and positive. Layout. Opinion. Problems came. The authorities began to admit that yes, they would not be able to solve it. Now stock up on everything you need. The authorities said this to the Ukrainians at a time when the shortage of all the necessary goods is going through the roof and prices have increased significantly. In 2023, Ukraine will face a food shortage. Zelensky is now selling everything, which will provoke a conditional famine. 2024 will be even more difficult, as there will not be enough money, and the entire infrastructure of cities will come to a terrible state. This will increase the number of diseases and epidemics. The country will be sold for a penny to transnational corporations, which will buy everything from people cheaply, then agree with the Kremlin and divide this asset. Guess who ends up losing? That's right, the Ukrainian people, who will conditionally remain on their territory as a serving labor force. Rumors. Belarusian Foreign Minister Vladimir Makai suddenly died. He was the main covert lobbyist for Western interests in Minsk. Is it a coincidence? Or did someone take him out because he didn't deliver on what he promised? Or, on the contrary, was he suspected of leaking information? MI6, together with the office of the president, has long begun to intensify work to build up the domestic political case in Russia. For these purposes, the work of the Center of Information and Psychological Operations was expanded and the staff was increased to 3,000 people. In the West, they are used to playing on several fronts at once. On the one hand, they are promoting the Sullivan formula, and on the other hand, they want to shake up the situation within the elites in Russia. The West appreciated the work of the Office of the President in creating tools of influence on the territory of Russia. A network of regional and all-Russian channels allows you to quickly relay the necessary narratives. Now it is important for the West and Ukraine to shake up the situation as much as possible before the 2024 elections, to complicate the processes as much as possible and discredit the Kremlin's policy, which is why millions of dollars are spent on buying Telegram channels and paid posts with public opinion leaders. Backstage rumors. There were rumors on the sidelines that not only Akhmedov, but also Kolomoisky, Pinchuk and Msta-S were thinking about their new political projects. Now the internal political squabble will begin. Backstage rumors. The office of the president and personally Zelensky gave the task of criticizing Klitschko and the mayor's office of Kyiv, as he considers him the main competitor for himself and his party in the elections in the fall of 2023. The clownery begins. People are told to endure, but they themselves began to squabble and divide future portfolios in power. Layout. Rumors. Technology. The war has stopped, now it is more like a trench and rocket war. Both armies are waiting for frost and are preparing. At the same time, the West understands that it is impossible to win this war by military means. They continue to pour huge amounts of money into the centers of information and psychological operations, making them the main players in the battle. Such an elite special forces, the purpose of which is to weaken Russia from the inside, provoking panic, squabbles, collapse, the arrival of an interim government and capitulation. In the West, a big role was assigned to the Kherson case, which was supposed to become a catalyst for the domino principle in the Russian Federation and the Kremlin. But that did not happen. Now the West is concerned about the unity of the internal political bloc of the Kremlin and the military. This speeds up the decision-making process and cuts off Western agents of influence from it. The source explains that it is instructed to stake on inflating intra-elite contradictions. Stuffings on this topic simultaneously went through Meduza, Current Time, and liberal Russian Telegram channels. The leitmotif is a purge of the moderates. In addition, A set of narratives has been prepared for stuffing into Russian social networks and the media. Western technologists pursue several goals at once, but the most important is the maximum complication of the internal situation in Russia by 2024. Ukrainian bot farms and media departments in this process are assigned the main role in loosening the domestic Russian information field. The Center for Information and Psychological Operations forms separate groups to work in the Russian segment of social media, Telegram, VKontakte, Odnoklassniki, YouTube. The budget was again increased by 30% and now $40 to $45 million are allocated per month for the information war on the territory of Russia. See you soon.